I'm your broadcast engineer for today. Magical things happen as always on fmtraining.tv. I'm here with the wonderful Nick Hunter and Ken Tooley. Nick Hunter is a wonderful senior engineer for RCC, and Ken has been very gracious to be with us for the past 40, I think we're on day 42, 42 days as Nick renovates his file live. Speaking of which, let's talk about the broadcast schedule. Today we are doing existing FileMaker file design, day 42. We're having day 43 tomorrow. Thursday and Friday will both be with the Monkey Bread plugin. Monday and Tuesday, we're going to be having, I think, maybe our last week of doing Ken's file. We're going to be doing OCR and possibly some other stuff. I know that Ken had some stuff that he was interested in seeing Nick do. So that's our stream. If you have any requests or man, there's things I'd like to see RCC talk about, that would be great. Please do that. We would greatly appreciate it. If you'd like to support the channel, we also would greatly appreciate that too. If you've bought this already, thank you very much. Seriously, everyone counts. These are both FM Training annual subscription bundles. It is 100+ hours of really high energy video training content about everything you pretty much need to know to be a competent developer in your own right. So we cover a lot. Servers, WebDirect, Go, everything in FileMaker you want, not everything, but pretty much anything that you would need to know to make your own database, relationship scripting, calculations, variables, all that stuff, we talk about it. With that being said, and with technical difficulties, I think, resolved, I think we're good. So, Nick, what are we doing today?
Hello, Marge. Hello, everybody. Hello, Ken. How are you today?
I'm good.
Okay. How was
Glad
your
you're
weekend? So I had an accident yesterday. My table was because now it's shattered. Was made out of it's a piece of glass, right? And I had the foot, the feet of the table. You had the soldering, right? It's tubes like this soldered, and one solder broke. And the table went like this, and it's a table made up out of glass, and all the above screen computer, everything slid like this, and blam. It's a large table, right? So it's everything slid a lot, and with the speed, and both screen were shattered like this because they went on the Mac Mini, right? At the corner of the Mac Mini, and the other one went on the top, on the feet of the other screen. So everything, two screens shatter in 1 minute, in 1 second. So that was my story. Sorry for yesterday. It doesn't happen often to me that I have to turn down the webinar, but accident happened. So I hope you didn't miss me too much, right? So today we start implementing the OCR in Ken's file, but I already talk about the OCR. So maybe Marge, you can share the link with the OCR kind of a webinar we made, like a free for a month ago, something like this. I don't remember, but
yeah,
I know
remember.
we met
before you started this epic project.
Yeah. I think so. I know we met it. So, but I'm going to re-explain a little bit how it works, and I'm going to explain why we do this. Okay, so it's very, it's very cool to have this technique and mix the technology, mix everything together. And you will see that FileMaker is a very, very great tool for that. First of all, to recognize a PDF is a very great tool, and to combine with an API, an online API, and so you will see that all together, FileMaker, the containers, the APIs, the relationship, right? The JSON. So we're going to use all of those things together, right? And you will see that when you mix all of together, you get a brand new feature, right? So we are going to build a feature here, right? So let me share my screen real quick here. Okay, so we I built this file. Maybe we can share the file as well, the FMOCR, right? And to build this file, I'm using an API. Okay, so let's go to the API, and so I'm using OCR space. Okay, so this was my election. Why? Because it's by far one of the simplest API on optical character recognition, OCR, online, right? Because we want something. I don't need to have fancy features and stuff like this. Just I need to recognize the document, and that's it, right? So here, how it costs depending on the volume you have, right? For most of Ken's requirements, the free plan is enough. That means you have 25,000 requests a month. The limit is 1 megabyte, and you can recognize only 3 pages per PDF. But if you have a certificates or something like this on the PDF, you have 1 page, right? You confirm this, Ken, on your case?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I won't use 25,000 in probably a year. And yeah, file size, no problem. 1 page, all that looks great.
Okay, so if you need to if you need to have more pages to be recognized per documents, this is how many pages you have per documents. So let's say you have a document that is 25 pages, it will recognize only 2 of them, only 3 of them. Okay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you need to go to the Pro, which is $60 a month. So it depends on the volume you have, and so this is the OCR I choose, right? So I made many implementation of this, and so it works very well. So so it's a good thing. It's well documented as well. So you have you have multiple language, of course. You have all the keys and then and it's very well documented. So you can read by yourself here. We don't really need many of them, right? So I'm using very few of them. Okay, you don't need to use all of them. Of course, the language is important. Of course, the API key is important. Of course, the URL is important. But otherwise, you just you can just skip all of these things. And of course, you can choose the different engines they have. Okay, because you have different type of engines, right? So you can read what the engine do, and pick the engine with a number. So you have you elect the 1, 2, 3, right? And you can elect the best engine, based on your documents, right? So this was about the website here, so you can visit by yourself the website. So I have a full implementation of this API here, right? So we can let's delete this, and so let's do everything new, right? So how this works, okay? So we click here. So we have a PDF. So this is a sample PDF that I built myself, okay? So here we say, okay, if it's empty, the API, so I'm getting, you have what's the name? A dialog popping up telling you, okay, there's no key, so it won't work, right? But if you don't have, but if you have the API, then you skip this. Here, so I want to explain a little bit how this works, okay? Because we are going to send, right? We are going to send a document over there. In the webinar that's Marge is going to send to you. Did you find it, Marge?
I did. I posted it across the...
Okay, cool. So I'm not going to explain again how this works, okay? Because this webinar that we're going to share with you right now, we're sharing, explains all of the things, okay? But I can come a little bit and explain some aspect of it. Here, for example, we need to make sure that we filter, right? We filter those characters, right? So that the name of the documents, because it will fail if you have one of those characters here, right? So I replace space by underscores, and I remove all those special characters to make sure that the file name of the PDF you have on the container is not going to make the API fail. Okay, so this is what I'm doing, right? So I'm getting the name cleared, right? And I'm building the variable that I'm going to use to send the documents to the website. Then, okay, this is because here, this document, what I build the ability to get the 2 pages here, right? That's 2 pages. So I'm going to get the two pages recognized as a text, right? And of course, I'm going to have 2 records, right, to symbolize the 2 pages. So I'm going to create 2 records that is based on the 2 pages, right? But when I click on if I do it again, if I do a recognition, if I have pages here, I'm going to delete them, okay? To have something clean, right?
Okay.
So then I'm building the URL to go to the website, to the API, right? I'm picking up the language, I choose whatever I want the overlay or not. I'm picking the engine number that I, just show you. Well, remember 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, right?
Yeah. Then I'm building the header where everything is explained on the other webinar. So I'm not, based on those information, I'm building what the C URL needs to read, need to receive in order to get the API working, right? And then, I'm inserting from URL inside a field, whatever the API recognized from the documents. So I'm inserting this, right? So this is what I get. So the file has been recognized. This is what I get from the website, right? So I'm done
from the OCR space website.
Yeah, exactly. The OCR space website, return that to me, right?
Okay.
Which is a JSON response. It's a JSON text, right? But as is completely impossible to read. So we are going to use FileMaker functions in order to recognize that, in order to clean up those things, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to JSON format element, which is going to make this readable by humans, right? Boom, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm pretty much done. So now I'm going to, based on this, right? I'm going to build the 2 pages, the 2 pages here as a records, right? With the text, right? So this is what I'm doing. I'm doing a loop, right? I'm going to loop what's the name? I have a lot of records in this table. So I'm going to loop this, but this is what I've built for that file. It's not necessary to do that, right? But I'm doing it because it was a demo on this file. So I create the 2 pages, right? So now this is what I get, the final results, right? So that was my file, and that is what I get. Page 1, page 2. Based on this, right? Based on this, I got this.
Right.
2 pages. Okay. Why? Is because this the API returned to me the 2 pages, right? So I have page 1 here. This is the text of page 1, right? And this is a page on page 2. This is the text on page 2, right? So I have page 1, the full text, so the parsed text, right? And then here I have page 2. Why? Because it's two, because it's 2 array inside one JSON file, so one JSON text, right? So I can easily get whatever here in this, but this is not what I really want to explain today. Okay, I just want to introduce you to this one, to this technique, which website I'm using, and but if you want to learn how to use this, watch the other webinar. Okay,
perfect.
Right. What is interesting here, right? What is very interesting is how now this can be used with FileMaker. Okay, what can I do with this? Okay, because so far right now it's just a pure text. It's text. So what can I do with this? You know, how I can use this in a useful manner. Okay, this is a JSON file. So, and the OCR, the API, is going to slice this in multiple pieces. Yes, the OCR gave me the complete text per pages, okay? But also, it separated this by line. Each line is separated, right? Each line separated, right? For page 1 and page 2. So now, what is interesting to see is that I can, thanks to the JSON, go and pick the line I want because it's a JSON. So I can have the first, which is 0, right? That's the first. So JSON works with like this. The first is 0. 0 counts. 0 counts for the first, right? Yep. So the first line, the second line, the third line, because we start with 0, right? The three. So if I go there and I say, okay, I want the fourth. So the fourth will be 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is a 4. So let's see text and more text, and I have and more text and more text and more. So this is what I have, you know. This is the line that I have, this one, right? So because thanks to the JSON format, I can pick whatever I want, right? So we have another webinar, Marge. We talk about JSON. We have many, but I have one that I made with an extensive explanation how JSON works on FileMakers. That was like a couple of years ago. So, but I think you can find it with a JSON key, the keyword. Maybe you can find this for the audience. Then they can learn about JSON, right?
I will give it a look. We've also had a couple other webinars on it, so I'll link a few people.
Yeah, we have many on this. So, but let me explain how, I use this for this example, okay? So let's copy that calculation, and let's go there. Okay, yeah, tab table is missing. Why? Because of this. Okay. So how JSON works, okay? JSON works with an array of data. What an array is like one block of text, right? And they are indexed, right? So I can pick from that array whatever index number I want. For example, here, the JSON element here, I'm going to, how to read this? How to read this, right? I'm going to the pass result. This is the array that interests me. I want the parse results because I have multiple arrays here. I have multiple index here, but this is the index I need. I have the first, I want this one. So I'm going there. But this is an array. So what is the line that I want? What is the index in that? What is the the record I want in that array? What is the number? Is the 0. I want the first. On this array, this is how on JSON how you recognize an array is when you have a brackets. Each time you have a bracket like this, each time you have a bracket like this, that symbolizes an array. I have an array here, I have an array here, I have an array here. So this is an array. So from here, this is an array, right? I want the first, so I put 0. Because I want the array, this is how you tell the JSON get element. This is how you tell which array you want, okay? So in the parse results, in this one, I want the 0. Inside the 0, I want this array. So I'm jumping from here, right? I'm jumping here. I'm jumping straight to this, right? And inside this, I'm going there. So this is how you read this. From this, I want the 0, I want the first, this one. Actually, it's going down until, actually I have only 1 on this. This is 1, see? There's only 1 array inside these documents, right? So the parse results has only 1, only the 0, okay? So from here, I want the first. Inside this, I want to go to the text overlay. Inside text overlay, I want to go to lines, which is another array. It's another array because I have a bracket. Here, this is not an array because I don't have a bracket. Here, it is an array because I have a bracket following. Here, I don't have a bracket following, so it's not. But here, following this, I have a bracket. Inside this is where I have what interests me, right? Which is the line text, right? So if you go there and you change that number, so let's make this window a little bit smaller. Mouse.
There you go.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, we lost you for a second, I think, but
yeah, I don't know what happened. So, in the parse results, array 0, I want the text overlay. Inside the text overlay, I want lines. Lines is an array. And for each array number, see, it's terminating the brackets, right? Each time, you have a lines here, line, you have an array. In each array, I'm asking which line text I want. So if I put 0 here, I'm getting the first one, a simple PDF file. If I put 1 here, I get this one. This is a small demonstration PDF file. I'm getting this. If I'm putting 2, right, I'm getting this one just for use in a virtual mechanic tutorial. Okay, right, etc., etc., etc. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? So this is how JSON works. Okay. So this is the first. So, and here I can say, okay, I want the 5, I want the 6, I want the 7, right? So this is the first way you can use the data, slice the data, and use them, right?
Yeah.
Because, for example, if you know that each time you scan a document, and you know that the same document, right? You have a certificate is always the same, right? For example,
Yeah.
they all look the same. So you can say, okay, yeah, I know that the registration number for that balloon will arrive in the array number 5, for example. So you can go and say, okay, I can get. So I'd like to see if I can find your document and see how I forgot to do that before because I was so confused with this accident that I get. So
looking up new stuff. Yeah.
So where's your file? Let me find out your files, Ken. So let's quit this and let's reshare my screen real quick. So where's FileMaker here? So let's do a new OCR on this, right? So I create a new, a new record in this file, in this FileMaker file. So I think this is one of it. No, this is not. Yeah, they're here. So let's use this. Okay. So we use this one. We drag it here. So now I have this document here, and I can start the OCR on this, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I have one page. It recognizes everything, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, the registration number is this. Correct?
No.
So what is this number? 5222. ICO aircraft.
Yeah, we want the number up a few higher than that. It's where it says registration marks. Looks like 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
6,
Oh, so this one.
7 lines down.
70. This is it. This is it.
That's it, right? 70978 with the N in front of it.
Okay, it's there.
That's the one.
Okay. So it's there, right? So we can. Okay, so now we can pass it, right? So, which will be number 5 or something like this. Here. So I know that the number 6, right, will be my registration number. But this is when you have very, very clean files. For example, if you receive a pure PDF, like a generated PDF, not a scan. If you receive a scan, you will have differences. If you don't receive a scan and you receive a pure PDF, PDF like comes from a website, like I don't know, like a PDF you have from your bank, for example.
Yeah.
But if you scan it, if I do another scan, right, for another document like this one, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a different result, right? Even though it's the same documents. Depend. Maybe I will be lucky. But we cannot rely on luck, right? We cannot.
No.
Okay.
Luck and hope are not strategies.
Okay, no. So let's see if it's that the case. The other one, this one was number 6. So is that the case here? Yeah.
Yeah.
See? So it could work for you. You know that the registration number will be part, okay, of that array, of that index in the array, right? Right? So we have now the registration for that PDF. We have the registration for that PDF, right? So let's see how it will react if I do this. Correct?
Yeah.
For example,
Sideways. Let's see what happens.
We see what happened. It shouldn't make any difference.
This also has that addressee, the mailing part up on the bottom.
Based on my experience of this website, it shouldn't make a difference. So let's see if a 6 gets,
bingo.
Right?
Yep.
So That is pretty cool. So now you say, yeah, but you get all these registration marks, number. Okay. What interests me is this, right?
Yes.
So what about this, right? Registration number, right?
Right.
So what it is, right, is this. I'm getting this, right? The number is the 6, correct?
Right.
Because we did 3 examples, 3 times it came from 6. Okay. So this is what I get, right? So I will do something like this. Let statements, right? Correct?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So the JSON, the array number, the index, let's call index equal 6. Then, right, I have the JSON equal this and the index. So why I'm doing this? Because in the calculation, if I want to modify this, I just have to modify this and I don't modify anything in the calculation.
Need to find it later on. Sure.
Yeah. When I have this done, I want the right word of the JSON and I want the first of the right word. Okay. So how this will work, if I do this, it returns this, because the right word, we go to that line and get the last word from the right, get the first word from the right. So first, second. If I want the second, I get this 3, 4, 5, right? So I want the first of the right. Okay. So that now, if I do this, so let's do again this document. I drag it. I do my OCR.
So while that's doing it, I'd like the N as well. I can see 2 ways to do that. You grab 2 words from the right and then take out the space. Or since there's always an N, just add it plus the right word.
Yeah, we can. So we have it. It's there.
Yep, it's there. Yep.
It came automatically. We have the registration number.
Because
so are you sure you want so if you want the N, that comes always with it, right? But you want but you don't want the space, you said.
Correct.
Okay. So this is how you do, right? So you take this, you put in the let statement, and you said, results equal. You take 2, right? And the calculation will be substitute results, the space by nothing. So I'm not going to do the OCR again.
No,
we got it. I'm replacing this, and it didn't come. Did I do the replace? Yeah. Oh, I need to replace the JSON. This. So I replace this. Boom. N4025S.
Perfect.
Okay. So I have imagine that you have imagine that you want to do that on 10 files, 100, 50, 200, 1,000, like my customer. You have thousands of documents, not 1, 2. And before, you had a poor employee that was reading those documents one by one every day, right? And was entering the number manually.
Oh.
So with this, you press a button, and the OCR takes sometimes 30 to 45 minutes to do all the 1,000 documents. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. And it's the server doing this. So that where I'm going to teach you how to do that, how to make the OCR working on the server, right? That means you don't do it. You just import the documents, and then you set the server to do it, to do the recognition. That is the first technique, right? Is the first technique to recognize, a document.
Mm-hmm.
That's a technique to suck information out of this.
Yeah.
But let's say now I'm not comfortable because it might change. It's not sure, right? It is not sure that this will happen, right? I'm not.
Yeah, something else could get in the way.
Okay. Now I want to make sure.
I think that will happen when we get farther down because there's two more, the data we want, and I think all that stuff in the middle could easily mess up the lines.
Yeah. So now I don't know if I have my custom function here. I don't. So I need to import my custom function. Sorry for that. I have another technique. So we have multiple techniques here. I'm going to show you, right? Okay. So I stopped sharing my screen for confidentiality. So imports. Do I have my custom function somewhere here? Because I'm not in the. Okay, yeah, I have it. So custom function, get value position. Okay, so I got my custom function. Now I want to make sure I can get the array 100% sure. 100% sure. How? Okay, and that's why I invented that function. That's the reason why I invented that function. What will make this recognizable? This.
Yeah.
It's the keywords that I need to look for to get that. So now we are combining OCR, API, JSON, FileMaker custom functions, and auto entry calculation all together to make this. I want to know the line of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to know
line
this.
Does that show up on?
Okay, this. Get value position. This is my custom function. I want to look for this in that text. Okay. Is it the oh yeah, no, it's not in past text. Is in the I need to go there. So it should be here. Here. Okay. So he gets me position 7. Then we say, haha, Nick, doesn't work. Yes, it does. JSON start with 0.
0. So it's the 7th one, but it's number 6.
Yeah, because the first registration not transferable is number 0. But for FileMaker, this is the value position number 1. But JSON, no. So I'm back on my 6.
Yep. -1 on the end. Perfect.
Right? So now I can improve. And now you understand why in my calculation I put the index. Right? Instead of this, I'm saying this. And I put here and I said keyword equal, this is what I want to look. I want to look for the keywords, right?
Mm-hmm.
In that field. So this is how you do with a let statement, right? So this is my calculation. I want to look for registration mark in the parse text on the tier 1A result. I get the index number, I get the JSON, and then I'm getting the line. And from that line, I don't try to get, I could have said I want the value, but I prefer to do that way, right? It's more accurate.
I can see how this makes this very portable, because now all you do is change the keyword.
Yeah. So you can reuse that. Actually, I could make a custom function out of this.
Yeah.
Right? Because I just say, you want me to do it?
Yeah.
You want me to
not?
Okay.
Why not?
Okay. So for the JSON element here, so this is, so I can do this. So let's make this a custom function, right? So I copy my calculation. First, let's see if it works, okay? It works. Okay, bam, I have my result. So it works. And I can, so I get all the thing. So now I'm going to custom function. And what can we call it? Get JSON.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know, get JSON. Get JSON, it's okay. I paste this, and what do I need? I need this. I need this. And I need this. Right? This is what I need, right? I need this. So now I'm going to replace this by this. I'm going to replace this by this. By this.
By that one, right.
And I need to replace this, right, by this. So now I have a custom function. So all of this now depends on something I put here, right? So I save this, right? And let's see if it works. So this is my keyword. Let's copy again. Get JSON. This is my keyword. The parse text is there. And the JSON is here. Boom.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Right? It's cool, right?
Yeah.
So to have a custom function sometime could be useful because you don't have to carry all the time all those things, right? So you understand? So it's it's easy, and I could have, so you could increase the level of sophistication of this custom function, but for now it works. So I have my custom function, right? And it works. So now let's say I want another thing that I want to recognize. I don't know. Expire. Okay.
The date of issue and the expiration date.
Exactly. I want
both
this.
of those.
Yes. So here we have an issue. So let's go and see the first, the easiest one, right? This one. So now I'm going to increase. So first, I need to know this, how this will behave. Okay, how this will behave. Okay, so I want to know the value position of this inside this. I have the number 43. Is the 43. Okay. Now I'm getting the value in this result. I want the value number 43. So I'm doing this to see how it works, how this will behave if I said this, write words on this and this and this and this. So now I can extract this. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Are we correct here? Okay.
I think so.
Okay, so now
that's the date that we want.
Now
yes.
I need to improve my custom function. I need that. Why? Because I want to reuse that same custom function to get the registration and to get the expiry date. So I need to improve it because the registration number is one word, and the expiry date is 3 words.
Right.
So you guessed it. I need to go to my custom function, and I need to say here, right? I have the JSON, and I need, right, the what's the name? The word count. Okay. Or I can say no. At the FileMaker, we have said that number of words. Boom. So now I have the possibility to modify this, right?
Yeah.
You understand?
Yep.
Okay. It's not static it's not hard coded. It is now controllable here.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So now let's see how that behaves. I want the registration mark. Okay. So how this will behave? Get JSON, my keyword, my parse text, my JSON, and I want 2, remember? Because
we needed the end with
I want the end.
Space.
So that works. Now, so this is 1. Now let's go, and I want the expiry date, right?
Yeah.
And okay, I duplicate this. I change this to this. Oops.
Yeah, you got an extra line.
Yeah, I got something. Yeah, I get this in the middle. Right. And I want 3.
Right.
Right. But here I have another problem. Why?
You got the space.
I get the space. So I don't want that to happen in the custom function. This needs to be taken out from the custom function. That means this, I just want the result. This shouldn't happen in the custom function, right?
I can put that on the field, around the custom function.
Exactly. So now I don't, but, right, I can do this, right? This.
Yeah, you can put it there.
Substitutes the whole thing. I replace the space by nothing. Right. So this works. Now I have this.
And it didn't break.
Now that I extract, I can do a new let statement, right? And I say, okay, my JSON, my results. So my text is this. Okay, that's my text. And now I want to get my text into a date because FileMaker won't recognize this. FileMaker won't recognize what the text results is. That for FileMaker is not a date.
Got it.
If I say this, get as date this, I have a question mark. It's not a date. For FileMaker, this is a pure text. But it's easy, right, to get this in dates. What do we need? We need to transform May 31 into 0331. Correct?
Right. Fine.
So how we do that?
Yeah.
So in the audience, how we do this? I don't have Discord open, so if you can tell me what they said. So how you will do this? Okay, let's work. Let's wait.
Angel says parse the date.
Parse the date, but how? May's.
Popcat says date, left word 1, middle word 2, etc.
Yeah, but May is not something FileMaker will recognize as a date.
Choose was recommended from Lynn.
I need 5. I need 5. I need to transform May in 5, or April in 4, or March in 3, or January in 1. How you do that?
Right.
Okay, I'm showing you. I already demonstrate that, but you know. Month name.
Oh yeah. Okay.
January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, sorry. Okay. Right?
Yeah.
This won't change unless you live in California. They might change one day, but in the rest of the world, this will work. Okay. So yeah, in California, they change everything. So, so if you have now month names, I have a list. So I have my results. Now I'm saying month name, right?
Yeah.
Equal. So bear with me. Okay? Bear with me. The month name is the left word on the text is the first. That is my month name.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Yep.
Month equal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get value position. That's what this function is so cool. First, I need, let's put here, equal value list item. So I'm going to take the contents of my value list that I name month names. I'm going to take that list in my calculation.
Mm-hmm.
That the list. So this, return this. Value list item, month names. Why is it missing? Oh, yeah, because I didn't finish this.
So you didn't finish that one.
Yeah, it's okay. Let's. So I just, yeah, I can do this. So that's my month list.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want to know what my month name is inside the list. So get value position in, no, sorry, get value position. My custom function, get value position. Sorry for that. Get value position. The search string is this. So my May is in position number 5.
Right.
Are we correct?
Yes.
Okay. So Now, I want the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
What the day is the middle word on my text. Start is 2 and I want 1. That is my name. Is my day.
The day.
The day of that here. Are we good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now I want the year, which is the right word of the text and the first. So now I have the year. I have the day. I have the month. And now
I just need to combine them.
I have my date. Bram. Month, day, year. Ta-da! That is the date. May 31 is not a date for FileMaker.
Right.
That a date. That FileMaker recognizes this as a date. So I get a name of month as a reference. I'm taking the position of the word for the month name inside that list, which will give me the month name, month number. Then I'm extracting the day, I'm extracting the year, and I have my dates. So I'm copying this nice, calculation, and I'm going here. So this is the expiration date. And I can say it's a date because it will be at the end. And I'm pasting this. Boom. Right?
Yeah.
So now, like bag magic, I have my registration number and I have my expiration date. That will come like bag magic. Boom.
Perfect.
Right?
Yep.
So that's the same custom function. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now I have a challenge here, right? Which is this, right? Where it was.
The date of issue, right? Yeah, you're right where you were. Up
Yeah,
2, 3.
Right?
Yeah.
Because this, I need to take 2 values. Right?
Well, I just need the date, but
yes,
it's over 2
but
lines.
I need. So it's so easy to do this because it will come like this all the time, right? Date of issue, boom. Date of issue, boom. Okay, that's super easy.
And interesting that it puts it on a separate line every time.
What do I need to do? What the name of it? This is a
Date issued.
Issue date.
Issue date.
Okay. So let's copy this word. Issue date. Oh, let's go. Let's do this here. Let's go. Let's do it here. So I duplicate this. I don't need this. Yeah, I need this. Sorry.
Yeah.
I want to select this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But, the position number, I need to be able to, to modify it. Okay. I need to be able to control this one. I need to be able to control this. So what do I want to do here? In my custom function, right here, I need to, when I get the value position, right, I need to say, right, how can I call that? Adjust. I don't adjust.
Works for me.
So I can put what, I want the JSON, and I can just put that, or adjust here and here, and I can put that as an option. I can say optional, right? Here, adjust optional.
Okay.
Right. But this in the calculation need to be here, right?
Right.
This, okay, the get value position -1, okay, and so that the index number, right? And I want the index, the adjust index is whatever the index plus adjust. Okay. And this is what I want to take here and here. So now, okay, I can say something like this. So all of this now is broken because now my custom function change. So this is something you need to make sure what you do, because if you change the custom function on the fly like this, right, it gets broken because you added something here. Here I want nothing, but here I want 1. If I put nothing, I'd get, if I put nothing here, I get this.
Right.
But if I put 1, I get the next. I recognize on date of issue. I recognize on date of issue, but I want the next one. I'm adding 1. I want the next value, not the, I recognize the 1.
Yeah, you found this one, go to the next.
Go to the next. But I want that to be accessible, adjustable. I can say 2. I can say 3, 4, 5. I can, or -1, -2, -3, go backwards.
Yeah.
But I want, so now, thanks
to everything else we did,
I'm going there. Issue date. Paste this. And like by magic, and I want to prove to you that those are dates. Or
just turn them back the other way.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if I do this, then I get all of them done. Expiration date here didn't work, don't know why, but why? Oh, yeah. My custom function broke here because, I need to add this. I don't want anything. I don't want. I could have put 0. I could have put 0, but I prefer to put blank.
Yeah, because I thought you changed it, but you changed it in the data viewer.
Yeah, yeah. So this, like by magic, I get all my dates, all the registration number based on the OCR.
Nice.
So today was one technique, right? But tomorrow we are going to do something else, right? We are going to get all of this against, I want to recognize the type of documents, for example, automatically. But you can have different type. Sometimes it happen, depending on the county, depending on the state. You can have, depending on the company, you can have, you want to recognize a document type, but with a document completely different. So the OCR won't return the same information. Sometimes they don't even put the document type on it. Okay.
Yeah.
So like here, I don't know if here we have the document type or not.
Yeah, very top word, registration.
Certificate of aircraft. Okay, but
yeah,
are you
very
naming...
top registration, not transferable?
Yeah, but it's the certificate
either
of
place.
Yeah. So, but you have your own name. So tomorrow we're going to do the other way around. That means based on the document, I'm going to get something from another record, from a FileMaker record. So if we have any question, that's the time.
Not questions so much.
Good here.
And yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah, but it was cool. Okay, so
exactly
now you understand. So now you understand that building a custom function, right? So
yeah.
you can adjust. So the custom function is useful to grab the the information, and then we can tweak it on top of the custom function. But imagine just a minute that you have this calculation combined with this one together on top of this. So imagine that you have all the complexity of this on top of this. Here, the advantage is you get your stuff and then you do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So so that is the what's the name? It's the I could even get the month list like this. I could get this as a custom function as well. Okay, I could if I want, I could do this. Okay, but but it's okay. So tomorrow, Marge, are we skipping or? I'm back on Monday after tomorrow, or I have 2 days after tomorrow?
You have one. You're back on Monday after tomorrow.
Okay. Okay. No problem. Yeah.
Cool.
So see you tomorrow.
Goodbye,
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, everyone, for coming.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye-bye. Bye, Ken.
Got a report of an individual up here who may be a FileMaker license. Well, it's potentially expired. Look at the back of that car right there. Looks like the FileMaker license has expired. Sir, I need you to step out of the vehicle. Sir, step out of the vehicle. Sir.